right now anyways. It's fine. I'll tolerate it, yeah. For now, yeah, I'll just tolerate it. Just give me a thumbs up when to start. Yeah, sure is. I could just turn down audio volume in-game. I'll try that. Yeah, that's good for me. I'm good to go. Alright. Cool, alright. Yo everyone, my name's Saiyanz. Today I'll be speedrunning LEGO Star Wars, the video game. This is the prequels, not the original trilogy. And this is the very first release of the LEGO Star Wars series in video game format. So this is not the complete saga, this is the very original game. So, we're going to just start new game. This isn't part of the timer. Is it possible to get the timer on -44? You don't have to do that. I can just count you in if you want. Either or. It's up to you. It just saves these guys having to stress about it. Don't worry, it's fine. I didn't, the last marathon I didn't do it. It's all good. Alright. Don't worry, time hasn't started yet. Alright, so I'm just going to skip this prologue. Run hasn't started yet. The timing to this game is run through SDA timing. SDA timing is pretty much the traditional way that a lot of speedrun games were done. It's basically the timer starts on your first input. I'll count you in, alright? No, don't worry, it's too late. Keep it on 0. Yep. Yeah, the game's still a little bit loud for me. That's all. Alright, timer starts in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, cool. So this is LEGO Star Wars. I've done quite a few runs at ASM, but this is definitely the most visually glitchy looking. And it's going to start off straight away here in like about a minute from now. So right now I'm just going to be killing off all the droids. The main reason for that is because if I don't kill off the droids, because we're going to be using Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon as well as the robot here, like the female C-3PO. If those droids were not killed, the Jedi would have run back, the AI would have run back to go and kill the droids when we don't want them to do that. Alright, so I'm going to do this glitch here. You can all entirely guess what I'm doing. I'm going to explain it after, alright? Anyone got an idea? Have a guess if you want. Do you feel up for it? I'm just going to be doing one more trick here, and then I'll explain what I'm doing. Oh, I did it, guys. Cool. Alright, so what I did there is basically, there's a loading zone barrier. I'm pushing the other player behind that barrier, so then they're basically out of bounds. And then I can then walk under the ground. It's kind of like there's a platform underneath it, which you can run across, and it's got weird gravity and weird physics behind it. And then I'm clipping back inbounds inside the ship, which is where the final trigger is to complete the mission. And then that's how I just beat that mission there. This glitch slash trick that I'm doing is going to be used throughout most of the entirety of this run in many different ways. So you just get to see it visually broken in almost like every mission. These guys might be thinking, why am I not continuing on with episode 1? Actually doing episodes 3, 2, then 1 saves, I believe, between 20 to 40 seconds. So we're actually going to be doing this backwards. I don't know if anyone's ever watched Star Wars 3, 2, and 1 before, but I've never done that, personally. But at least you get to see it here in LEGO format. If there are any donations or any questions, now would be the time. I've got a 4-minute auto-scroller. This is definitely the most struggling part of the run. You can imagine if you're grinding this game, having about 15 attempts a day, you've got to do this 4-minute auto-scroller over and over and over and over and over again. And if you die, you have to completely restart your run because you lose too much time. So if there's any donations, now would be the most appropriate time. I guess one thing to quote here, I'm just going to be going around in circles. This is pretty much to avoid getting hit, and I'm just going to be spamming shoot. There's really not a lot. No, I'm not going to be doing anything like any crazy glitches here. Jeez, I'm already on 2 hearts, that's not a good start. Sorry if I just go really quiet in certain spots. I'm just really trying not to die for these guys, because I do not want us to sit through this boring thing again. As long as we can get through it, I'll be happy. I will be shooting a lot. It's to destroy the ships so I can get my heart pieces back. There is, I believe, 3 auto-scrollers in this game. One of the auto-scrollers I think is the same length, maybe even slightly shorter, but it's a lot more intense and enjoyable to watch. And you can lose time if you don't do it correctly. This one, however, you simply can't lose time unless you die. This is like the purest of what an auto-scroller is. If anyone's wondering what the world record is as well, it's 1 hour, 4 minutes and 24 seconds by I Love Snoopy. He's been running the game for years and he's always been at the top dominating the records for many years. Anyone in the crowd have a favourite Star Wars movie? 1, 2 or 3? No? No? Mine was, when I was a kid, I used to really love Phantom Menace, but now that I've grown up a little bit, I see the issues of a lot of the prequel movies. My favourites now are 5. Really hoping I don't die here. Been on 2 hearts for pretty much this entire thing. Oh, I got 2 hearts there, that's good. Alright. And another heart, which was unnecessary. Okay, so pretty much this next mission is one of the glitchiest missions in the game. I'm going to be doing a couple of out of bounds. I'm going to be doing a wrong warp. Well, I don't know if it's a wrong warp. It's like basically just a warp to one of the bosses. I'm going to be doing a quick kill on a boss. I'm going to be doing a lot of things. So sorry if I can't commentate and do it at the same time. This game requires a lot of execution, and the most brutal part about this game is if you make mistakes, it's really punishing. And this game is pretty optimized as well, so when I'm doing speedrun attempts, if I make mistakes, obviously it's pretty much over. Depending on what message I guess. There are a couple of places in the game where the game can crash, but I've got a safety precaution. I've got a save file I'll be using. I've actually died right here. I've hit the bottom of the ship and died just a second before I was about to complete the mission. It was, yeah, not very pleasing at all. You might notice I'm not saving as well. Saving wastes time. I don't need a save. Alright, so here we go, Chancellor in Peril. Alright, so we're going to be just running straight past all these droids coming up here. They don't tend to bother Obi-Wan Kenobi as he runs past them. And then after that, in the next screen, where General Grievous is where we're going to be doing our next out of bounds. Alright, brilliant, cool. So we're out of bounds here. Just going to push him again. I like to hit him because it pushes him that little bit extra. So we're out of bounds again. Alright, so now, like, you gotta remember there's like a lot of gimmicks you gotta do. You've gotta use the force to open up panels and you gotta do all this other stuff. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna get, like I said earlier, I'm just gonna clip into the next loading zone here. Alright, here comes the wrong warp, so I'm just gonna focus for this part. It's one of the hardest tricks. And that's one mistake. I gotta try that again. You gotta be very quick with this. Alright, got it. Cool. Alright, so let's see if I can get the warp, because I can crash my game here. I got it. Cool. Alright, so I've warped straight to the boss now. So now I'm going to be fighting Count Dooku. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to hit him once with Anakin. And I'm going to be switching to Obi-Wan. And what we're waiting for here is for like red glow around him. That means he's about to do a move on him. I'm going to whack this explosive device. He uses the force on me. The explosion goes off. It hits him and it insta-kills him. So that's cool. Alright, so I got 3... Thank you. I got 3 tricky, like, this mission's not very easy, but it's good to know I got past that, not too much fail. Also, dying here is not a big deal because you respawn again. You know, they made this very kid appropriate, they didn't make it too difficult. Just switching to Anakin. Not too long ago I was very clumsy and was using R2-D2 to run down here, and I would then activate the little switch to stop this thing from moving. God knows why I was doing that when you can just run past it through this door. I don't know what I was thinking. I was like wasting like 10 seconds every run and not even noticing I was doing that. Alright, so next glitch, I gotta stop saying glitch when it's not. Like, next trick here I'm gonna be doing, switching to R2. Usually you've got to use the force, you've got to use R2 to hit a few switches to get around every little platforming gimmick. I'm not going to do that, I'm just going to fly around this, which is not intended. Yeah. Well, this mission's almost over now. I've just got to fight, like, the Darth Maul robot lookalike General Grievous soldiers. And then, yeah, we'll be done with this mission. Just a note, I'm in this fight coming up here, I'm going to be using Obi-Wan Kenobi. His jump slash is a lot faster than Anakin's jump slash. Like, Anakin really likes to get creative. He does like 500 front flips per slash. Whoops, that was myself. Jump slashing is the fastest way of like outputting damage. Oh, I died. Alright, so now I'm going to be doing a ground pound. All the droids should move to the right here. I should be able to kill all of them in one hit. Cool. And again. Beautiful. Cool, and we're done with Chancellor and Peril. Unfortunately, cutscenes aren't skippable. Alright, General Grievous. This is, if I'm good, I'll do this in less than 2 minutes. If I'm bad, it'll be over 2 minutes. There is one trick I could do here, but only really world record holder does. It's like a 360 trick shot thing. Yeah, it saves like 3 seconds. Otherwise, I don't really, I just follow the basics. There is one cool trick though we do in this mission here. Should be calling it a chapter, not a mission. It's not Simpson sitting wrong. So General Grievous has this thing called iframes. Iframes stands for invincibility frames. It pretty much allows the boss to not get completely destroyed instantly. So I've got to be timing my hits pretty precisely here. See, like right there, I actually hit him, but it didn't do any damage because he had iframes. It's really frustrating in this mission. It's where you know, like, you really don't notice iframes much besides this one. Gotta give it up for this soundtrack though, really good. Like, I actually bought the Star Wars soundtracks just to listen to in the car. Alright, so next trick here. So So I'm going to be... You're meant to jump down and fight General Grievous again, then do the next gimmick. I'm just going to skip that. I'm just going to, yeah, force that out now. You'll see why I've done that in a second. Alright, so he's going to jump up. There's no explosive device there, but it already hits him when he goes up there, because I've already done that trigger. I'm going to do a slash and a pound. There, we're done. That should have been less than 3 minutes. Alright, Defensive Kashyyyk. In this, we're going to be using Yoda for the first time. Yoda's really annoying in this version of the game. If he has his lightsaber out and you move him at all with the joystick, he does like a hop or 20,000 flips wherever he moves, so he's very hard to control. But he's also the fastest moving character in the game as well. Well, in terms of the run anyways. So I'm just going to flip my little mobile here. And then get my lightsaber out, just because it's easier to control him in this little mobile thing. Alright, so I'm going to be switching to Chewbacca here because people with guns output damage a lot better than people with lightsabers. So now that's all done. So as you can see, he did like a, what was it, like a 1080 just from moving forward like an inch. There is a storm, well not stormtrooper, sorry. There's someone by me. There he is. Alright, so we're gonna destroy all the troopers here. If they come, they're very slow. There's not a lot of glitches really in this chapter at all. Just gonna be doing it as per normal. Very, like, glitchless. Alright, cool. Alrighty, so there's like an infinite amount of people that run onto this beach here. So I'm gonna just try to weave around them carefully without dying. I'm on 2 hearts, so I could potentially die here. Alright, so I'm gonna... Oh, yeah, I did die. Alright, so I'm gonna be switching to Mrs. Chewbacca here. I'm gonna try and do... what I'm gonna do here is shoot this target here, jump, shoot that one there. Cool. Alright, so switch back to Yoda, because he's the fastest moving character. Very simple, very basic this level. If there are donations, you can feel free to read them out. I'm more than happy. Right? It doesn't look like there are, but that's fine. Destroying this thing is completely optional, I'm just doing it for the sake of doing it. Alright, so in this last section here, I'm going to be trying to destroy these 4 poles here as quickly as I can. So they've got like a little shield, so you got to hit them once. And then you got to break them. And then Yoda's ship will come out. It's better to do that first, because it allows for this thing to come out of the ground. Because we have to wait for it to come out of the ground before Yoda can use the force on it. It's just slight optimization. Alright, so we're done with that. Alright, Ruin the Jedi. So we're gonna. This is another really short level. It has a good trick in it. It has this, various good tricks in it actually. I'm tempted to go for it, just for the sake of the marathon, but at the same time, I haven't practiced it. It's called Yoda Fly anyways. It's where you can time your attacks and your jumps precisely that you can skip using the force on a platform. But there's a much easier, more consistent way of doing it, so I'm probably just going to stick to that. Just be stale and boring. Just for this mission. If you're wondering where the Yoda Fly was I was talking about, it's just this platform down below me. That's what we try to skip. It's like the fastest way of doing it, but it's very hard. I don't even think any of the top runners go for it, not even the world record holder. Alright, so here comes the next out of bounds here. That's a little bit trickier, just due to the fact Yoda's a bit harder to control. Alright, come on, third try is a charm. Oh, come on. He clipped out of bounds, I didn't even get the swap to him in time. I very rarely fail this one too, so this is completely new to me, messing this up so many times. There we go. Only took like, what, 7 tries. That's probably karma for not going for the Yoda Fly. Oh well. Alright, so there's one more stupid thing we have to do here, and this can completely screw up my runs a lot of the time. Some reason the camera seems to interfere with using the force on one of these levers here. Hopefully it doesn't happen. And the droids can sometimes interfere with it. It looks like it's not. Usually what happens is it stutters, it like does the force, it stops, it does it, it stops, it does it, it stops, and it takes ages. Sometimes when you screw it up, you can lose like everything. Alright, so this is the last level of this chapter, or sorry, episode. Revenge of the Sith. This mission's pretty fun to do co-op because it's just these two, so if you're doing co-op, you're actually playing as Anakin and Obi-Wan. And at the end, you've got to like practically just like fight and kill each other. Like, there's no like way around it. Usually in cooperative you work together to destroy the enemy, but in this case you don't. You just gotta fight each other. This is a pretty short level too, so it shouldn't take too long. one little trick I'm going to be doing here. It's not like a massive trick, but usually you're meant to use the force in that lever to the left. Instead, it allows us to just use it right there. I think that was just a little exploit of theirs they forgot to patch up. I believe it got fixed in the complete saga. I can't remember. The reason why I'm not running the complete saga, obviously, is A, it's longer, and B, it doesn't let you do the out-of-bounds glitches. It pretty much fixes up all the, most of the glitches that existed in this version. And the reason why I'm running this on GameCube/Wii is it's the fastest. It's the second fastest version. The fastest version is actually on PC. But it's got like really faulty joystick analog movement. It's not very accurate, so we all believe GameCube's the superior version. Like the top runner plays on GameCube, so it's not like there's any disadvantages. Alright, so we're at the final fight here. I just realised I've got to do something here. I've got to get up off my couch after I do this fight. Whoops. Alright, sorry. It's a slightly longer animation. It plays 2 cutscenes if you lose the fight. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to save. And I'm going to Wii reset. Or reset the console, sorry. The reason we do this is it's not necessary to watch the credits, that's just wasting time. So we just save the file, we reload it up, and it's already said we've completed episode 3, so we're just going to move straight on. This can save a lot of time in certain places, and then save like minimal 5 seconds in other places as well. Alright, so we're on episode 2 now. This next level's got quite a few glitches. It's also, to me personally, probably the scariest point in the run, because I can soft lock my game, so fingers crossed that doesn't happen. If there's any donations or any questions, feel free to ask. Alrighty, so here comes the first out of bounds for this level. It should be no, it's not enough. This one's like, this is one of the hardest ones because R2-D2 doesn't have a lightsaber to help me push him a little bit further. Usually takes me an average about 2 tries. I'm trying to squash him, you know, just because it makes him run a little bit further. Alright, so we're out of bounds now. You'll notice that above me is myself. It's like a mirror reflection. The person that's actually me is under the floor. I really don't understand why there's like a mirrored version of me above. But it does look pretty funny. Alright, so here comes where the game can soft lock. Alright, alright, we're safe, we're safe. I didn't get the fastest exit out of this room, but it's good enough for me. I didn't glitch my game. Alright, cool. Alright, so out of bounds again here. So we're just going to be skipping, just going through extra doors and stuff. And we're going to be, it skips a cutscene here too. Cool. Alright, so I'm going to try and skip as many of these bombs as I can. Bomb number 1. And I screwed it up already. Alright, bomb number 2. Alright, yeah, I'm doing really good so far. I don't know. We don't skip the doubles. Well, I don't skip the doubles anyways. And here's the last one I can skip. Oh my god, I screwed up all of them. I've never done that before. Alright, so we're coming up to a pretty interesting glitch here. I'm going to kind of start semi-explaining a little bit of it now, just because I want to focus when I do it. It's one of the easier glitches, but it's also hard at the same time. I'm going to be forcing an object in the air, and then I'm going to have it like I'm not going to completely force it, just half force it. So that way the items come back down and it squashes on top of me. And then I'm going to intentionally die, which clips me out of bounds and then takes me through to the cutscene trigger, to the final boss of this mission. If you see me die, that's intentional. So I'm going to be moving up to here now, using the force, moving up. See how it pushes me up? And then I'm going to die here, it's going to clip me out of bounds. The robots are confused, I'm underground, and yeah, we're through. Cool. Thank you. Here is the Maori supervillain of this movie, Jango Fett. Definitely one of the more duller people in the series. So we're just going to do our first 3 hits, I believe, or it might be 4. Ah, yes, 3. And then we're just going to be deflecting his shots here. Back at him. Just a gimmick fight. Oh, whoops. Alright, so now I'm just going to be spamming the force button. It's going to pretty much instantly force his rocket back onto him. So you don't even see it come out. And if I'm lucky here, because there's a lot of rubber banding with this boss fight, I should be able to kill him straight away here. And I missed. Alright, got him. That was pretty quick recovery though. You can like be running around circles for ages just trying to figure it all out. There's a few cutscenes coming up here. I don't know if there's any donations or not, but now's a good time. Alright, so, yeah, this next mission is, yeah, it can be pretty annoying. It's a few cool tricks that we're going to be doing in this one. Nothing too intense. Just funny little gimmicks, like, if you ever played this game, you'd go on, like, what is it, GameFAQs.com in, like, 2002. It was, like, you know, notepad-type websites and stuff. It's, like, sort of exploits like these, so you'd, like, research or you'd, like, buy a guide and you'd be like, oh, yeah, like, I'm going to do this next time. Yeah, it's pretty much just stuff like that. So I'm just going to jump around these things that could like squash us to death. I'm jumping around just because these platforms move backwards, which slows down your running speed, so just jumping is faster. Alright, so here's the easiest, most basic glitch in the entire run. Anyone can do it, try it at home if you've got the game. So what we're going to do is just run into this wall and spam jump. Done. It's so hard, like I spent months like practicing that trick. Alright, so I can lose a lot of time here, so I'm just gonna do a bit of safety precautions. Okay. Okay, cool, we're all in. That's new. So I'm gonna be switching to R2D2 here. Oh, great. Sometimes the physics will glitch out, so I've practically skipped doing a whole bunch of stuff down the bottom here. I've just flown above it. Hopefully I can do it this entire way now. Oi, that was close. Alright, so usually you're meant to shoot and destroy these explosives, but I'm just going to wedge myself in here, and I'm just going to activate that little switch there behind all those explosives and just go around it. Alrighty, so this next part here is pretty basic. Just going to take